Welcome and hello to everyone. In today's interview, we'll be talking to Dr. Brian Senewiratne. Dr. Senewiratne is an Australian of Sinhalese descent, a consultant physician and associate professor of medicine. He is not a politician, but a good observer of Sri Lankan politics. He has been campaigning for just peace and democracy in Sri Lanka for the past 3 decades. Dr. Senewiratne has contributed a number of articles and addressed scores of meetings and conferences across the world. In some cases, he has been invited to give singular perspective of the ethnic issue. His principled stance on the Sri Lankan ethnic issue is well respected by many people around the world. Also, I'd like to add an interesting note that Dr. Senewiratne is a cousin of former Sri Lankan President, Mrs. Chandrika Kumaratunga. He is here with us today at our studio. Dr. Senewiratne, welcome to the show and happy to have you here.
Thank you for giving me so much time and making sure that I can never return to Sri Lanka again, that's for sure.
Dr. Senewiratne, before I get into your views in our ethnic conflict, I have a few curiosity questions. I have read and heard from many people that you are a very straightforward person. You give honest opinions and very sincere opinions. But I have heard from some other friends who are singular friends. They said you are a pro-Tamil, and some said you are very much influenced by your Tamil wife, and some even said you are a singular-skinned Tamil tiger. Who are you? Well, how do you categorize yourself?
It's a typical Tamil question, isn't it, with 6 questions into one, and you want me to answer? Yeah. Let me take it piece by piece. The first one you said was something about a principal stance or something. Well, I addressed my first political meeting forced to by my Marxist uncle, my mother's brother, who dragged me for a meeting when the plantation Tamils were disenfranchised. I was only 17. And he forced me to speak. And walking up the podium, didn't walk up, I was pushed up by people because I was reluctant to go. He made one statement, which I have treasured all my life. He said, say what is in your heart. And that is what I've been trying to do, to say what is in my heart, because this is not a Sinhala issue or a Tamil issue. This is a human rights issue of people who have been suppressed and oppressed and discriminated against because they were Tamils. They made a major contribution to Sri Lanka. The first act was to disenfranchise not your ethnic group or the ethnic group of the majority of Tamils here, but of the plantation Tamils. And that's the time that I got stirred up. And then, of course, it went on to what is today almost a genocidal massacre of the Tamils. As for my Tamil wife, I wasn't married when I was 14, nor was I married when I was 17. My Tamil wife actually has been the cause of a lot of moderation of what I have said. If not for my Tamil wife, I'd have been a lot more forceful. I know, I mean, there's absolutely nothing to do with my Tamil wife. So being a Tamil tiger terrorist, I've been called that without question. I mean, if standing up for the Tamil people, which is what I'm all about, makes me a Tamil tiger terrorist, so be it. I mean, the fact, I did say that if I'm a Tamil tiger terrorist, so is Chandrika Kumaratunga, because we all come from the same family. I mean, I can't be a Tamil tiger terrorist and she be a Sinhala patriot. I mean, that's nonsense. No, I think that I'm neither pro-tiger nor anti-tiger. I don't need to be. I am unashamedly and unapologetically pro the Tamil people. I mean, I've been asked whether I could give a balanced view. I can't. I have to be partisan. Just as much as in World War II, you couldn't give a balanced view of the war. You had to, I mean, say that what Mr. Hitler was doing in the concentration camps was wrong. Full stop. I mean, right now, you can't give a balanced view. You have to be either pro-government, fair enough, or pro-Karuna, or whoever is in bed with the government, or pro the Tamil people. It's a question of the oppressor or the oppressed. I'm with the oppressed.
You are a relative to that family, the Bandaranaike family. Your father is the first cousin of SWRD, late SWRD, Bandaranaike. And do you still have contacts with them? Do you share your views with them?
Actually, more than being a relative, he was my tennis partner, or rather, I was his tennis partner. I was the boy who ran around the court while he stood in one place and say, "Partner, partner." I mean, I knew the man very well. I mean, I told him after he changed the official language, it was a major discrimination against the Tamil people that he was starting the division of that country. No, I don't have much communication. I do have communication with the president's or former president's sister, Sunetra, but recently even that has dried up. No, I don't think they particularly want to know me.
Dr. Senewiratne, you are from a wealthy family and you are well educated and you settled in Australia. You studied in London and you settled in Australia. And the question is, why do you voice for Tamils and why do you voice against your singular people?
For the same reason that I cried all night when the plantation Tamils were disenfranchised. And I took 2 days sick leave to write a letter to note. We didn't have emails and all that fancy gadgetry you had to write by hand. I wrote 560 letters to my classmates saying, come and protest with me on Saturday. The 560, 6 people turned up. It's a humanitarian issue. I mean, it is not whether I am well settled in Australia or whether I could have done better. Yes, of course, I could have. I mean, I could have gone back to Sri Lanka, for example. But, I mean, the issue is, are you prepared to take a stand on what is clearly an injustice or not? That is the issue.
It's about Tamils with the weapons. Before 70s, there is no leaders had weapons in their hands. The only weapons is ahimsa, right? They have done so many in the past, but they never got a good results from that. Whose fault is that?
Well, in order to get results from a non-violent protest, you must have decent people against whom you're protesting. The British weren't particularly decent, but at least they would not have lined up aid workers and shoot them, as this government has done, or massacre 3,000 people in Colombo. You got to pick the regime for the type of demonstration you're going to have. With the singular leaders in the past and present and almost certainly in the future, certainly in the present, if you sit cross-legged, they'll mow you down. I mean, they wouldn't give one jot to do that. So the Tamil leadership took a long time to realize this. And one of the reasons why they